have a statement from Coach O'Sullivan, and then we'll open it up for questions for the student athletes only, and then the coach once again. No video, please, except what we supply off the FTP. And once again, identify yourselves and to whom you are directing the question. Okay, the Gator contingent is on its way now. One, two, three, four, 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Glad you didn't ask me to go higher. Yeah, well. I have a joke in there about counting to 21, but we're not going there either. Okay, once again, we'll start with an overview from you, Kevin.
Congratulations to Coastal Carolina. They played very well tonight. Obviously their starting pitcher was really good. He didn't miss fire. He pretty much hit every spot. He mixed from angle to angle. He was really good. He deserved to win tonight. And their offense was good. They got a bunch of extra base hits. We worked ourselves out of a few jams there on the mound, and but at the end of the day, we scored 1 run, and they scored 2. So, we've got no choice right now but to, come back on Tuesday, be ready to go. Just that simple.
Kevin, you will be the home team
Okay.
On Game 7 Tuesday afternoon. Now let's start with questions for the student athletes, and we can start right here.
Mike Malloy with the Orlando Sentinel. Logan, the replay review went on for a while, 5-6 minutes, something like that. As you're standing out there, what was going through your mind? And just talk about that delay and the angst of not knowing whether that was going to be fair or foul.
Yeah, I mean, it looked foul to me, but obviously with the replay, it showed that it was fair, which is unfortunate. But, yeah, I mean, I was just trying to, get out of the inning after they called it fair, so.
Okay, Aaron.
Aaron Fitt, D1 Baseball. Logan, obviously your pitch count was driven up a little bit there earlier in the game, and you exited probably earlier than you would have anticipated. Was that something that they were doing to drive up the pitch count, or do you feel like you didn't have your best location tonight?
No, I mean, I thought I threw pretty well. Credit them; they're a good team. I think the reason I exited the game is because it's a College World Series, and we knew it was going to be a close game, and we wanted to limit the damage there in the 6th. But I thought I threw all right.
Here.
Yeah, Kevin Brockway, Gainesville Sun. A question for Jeremy. You were one of the few hitters that had somewhat success against Beckwith, but just what made him so difficult for a number of hitters of your lineup? What made him such a challenge for you guys tonight?
Well, he was throwing from over the top and going down low a lot, and he was just keeping us off balance all night, and we couldn't adjust. He was sinking the ball to the righties. We couldn't adjust to that, and he was just keeping us off balance all night.
Okay, right there.
George Richards, Miami Herald. Jeremy, just could you talk a little bit about the challenge now? I mean, you guys come in as potential favorites, probable favorites. Now you guys are in the elimination bracket. How do you guys bounce back from this?
I mean, we just got to learn from this, but move on and take it one game at a time and just compete our tail off from here on out and hope for the best.
Right here.
Teddy Cahill, Baseball America.
Ooh.
Jeremy, I mean, just coming out and having to face that off the bench. I mean, how tough is that coming in as a pinch hitter and seeing the multiple arm angles?
I mean, I was watching him, how he threw to all the lefties all night just in case I had to come in and face him. I didn't know it'd be so soon. But when I came up, I had a good idea of where he was putting the ball, and I just got to pitch up and put a good swing on it.
Back to Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin Brockway, Gainesville Sun. Logan, a lot was made of the Coastal Carolina lineup coming into the game. They tagged you for a few extra base hits. What were your thoughts about kind of the challenge of facing them 2 or 3 times in the order?
I thought they were pretty good. I thought they put good swings on the ball, when the ball was in the zone. I thought my approach going into the game was good. Really it just came down to executing a couple pitches and didn't execute them. The fastball that ended up going over Buddy's head was supposed to be inside, and I left it over the middle of the plate, and they made me pay. And that's what good teams do, and that's what good hitting teams do. So, that's how I feel about that.
Okay, any more questions for the student athletes? Men, you are excused. Kevin will have questions for you now. We'll see you Tuesday. Okay, John.
Coach, you've seen a lot of submariners over the years. I know you've coached some as well. How often do you see a guy be able to maintain throwing strikes from so many different arm angles for 9 innings? That seems highly unusual. Have you seen someone do that before for full 9 innings?
No, to be quite honest, I haven't. I think the last one that I've coached that went from multiple angles was a kid named Josh Cribb, if you remember him. And it's one of those things where it's just a different look. There's no way to simulate it. There's no one in our league. There's no one we played this year that does it. We tried to do the best we could preparing our guys, and the thing about it, John, is he's going to both sides of the plate, and you got to pick one side or the other. And for us, I thought the best way to go was when he dropped down was to get off the plate, move up in the box, and try to beat the sink and get the head out. But we just, for whatever reason, we're not being able to get the head out tonight, and we just kind of got beat over and over. When he dropped down, it's just one of those things. He didn't walk anybody. Kept waiting for something, a walk here or there. We had the leadoff man on in the first and second innings. We couldn't do anything. We had the leadoff single by Dalton, and we struck out the next bat. And then, we put a hit and run on with Deacon, and the ball was hit right to Remillard at third, and they turned a double play. So we didn't have many opportunities. It was a game of inches, ball down the right field line. They got the call right. It was a double, and and we did everything we possibly could pitching wise, to keep it right there. And we made some big pitches when we needed to, but their starter was really good.
Okay, Mike.
Coach, do you, after facing somebody who's so unconventional like that, do you worry about that getting your hitters out of rhythm for the next game?
No, I don't worry about that. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Okay, Kevin.
Yeah, Coach, obviously been in this situation before, losing the first game to FSU, Super Regional, losing the first game of the SEC tournament. Anything you can kind of draw from that in terms of, maybe rallying the guys for Tuesday and possibly beyond?
Yeah, we'll talk about the SEC tournament, and we got to the final game, and then obviously lost the first one against Florida State, and won the next 2. That's all we can do at this point. There's a lot of people disappointed. I'm disappointed, to be honest with you. I think this is a really good team. We just ran across a guy that was just really good tonight, and but we'll bounce back. We'll have a good practice tomorrow, and we got no choice. And we got Alex on the mound, and we'll do whatever we need to do Tuesday, and hopefully win and then move on and just take it one game at a time. That's all we can do at this point.
Okay, back with Mike here.
Coach, Coach, can you talk about Dunning? I mean, he's been really, really good for you here the last 3 or 4, well, all season, but particularly the last 3 or 4 weeks. What's he been doing pitch-wise and mentally-wise to be this good?
You know, it comes down to the same thing. It's about location. You know, he's got good sink to his fastball. He's got a breaking ball and a changeup he throws for strikes, and his location has been really good. He's probably been one of our, you know, if I would single out 2 or 3 guys, MVPs, you know, he'd have to get a lot of votes, at least from me. He's been really valuable for us.
Okay, go back to Kevin.
Your thoughts about going with Faedo on the mound, for the Tuesday game, the kind of season he's had for you, how you feel about, having the ball in his hands?
Feel great. You know, he's been great for us all year long. And, you know, I watched a little bit of that TCU Texas Tech game, and, you know, I think they got like 6 right-handers in the lineup, and, you know, so we'll run him out there. I feel great with him on the mound, you know, and I feel very confident, but we're going to have to obviously swing the bats a little bit better.
Okay, any more questions for Coach O'Sullivan? Kevin, thank you. We'll see you.
Thank you.
Tuesday afternoon. And a 2 and a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, I can do more than 5. Yeah, here. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, take one.
Tuesday night. Carolina, Coastal Carolina will be the home team on Tuesday night against TCU. Once again, same rules. You know the rules. Gary, start off with a statement, and then we'll have questions for the student athletes.
The way our kids played, a lot of things didn't go our way. I think everything I tried to get us to do backfired, and thank goodness Beck picked us up, and our infield defense was very good tonight. Put Chadwick. I don't think he's played second base in about 3 years, but Coach Schilling did a great job getting him prepared and made a couple really nice plays for us. And Zach picked up some big hits for us tonight. I don't know how this place held that one ball to the left center. That ball was absolutely it was mauled. And but one thing about this team, somebody's around to pick somebody up all the time. And tonight Beckwith was a guy. He and Z did the job for us.
Okay, once again, same rules. Please identify yourself and tell us to whom you're directing the question. Student athletes first. Okay, I want to start with Aaron here.
Aaron Fitt, D1 Baseball. Andrew, what was different for you from last week to this week? Obviously, last week, didn't get through 5, and today we took it the whole way against Florida.
Just one bad pitch last week. Left a change up over the plate. I left a change up over the plate to the pinch hitter in the, I think the 4th or the 5th. They scored the first run, and everything was working tonight, and I actually pulled out a pitch out of my back pocket in the pen with warm-ups, that curveball. But yeah, tonight was just fun. My defense picked me up, and we got more runs than them.
Let's go right here first and then come back to you, Mike.
Ryan Young, Myrtle Beach Sun News. For all 3 players, just getting to this point was so historic for the program. But to now win a game, just kind of put in perspective how big this feels for all 3 of you.
Let's start with Andrew and then come back this way.
You first, man. It just feels awesome. We're basically pretty much trying to do this for Coach Gilmore. I mean, we got him to Omaha, but our job's not done. We got one on Tuesday, and that's the game we're going to look forward to.
Tyler?
Yeah, Gilly preached all week that, we weren't just here to get here. We needed to, take the first 2 days we were here, enjoy it, get to see everything and enjoy the ceremonies and everything. But once we got to practice yesterday, it was time to lock back in, and all the other stuff went out the window. But, it's a good team win and something I think we needed to get off our chest early here to feel good about ourselves here. So it was good.
Zach?
This team's built on brotherhood. Everyone loves one another. The camaraderie is at another level, unlike anything I've ever seen. And I think the opportunity to win and to have a couple more days with each other, because we got some of our best friends in the world playing next to us. So, we're going to go out there and give it all we have and not worry about who's on the other side, whether they're more talented than us or not. We're just going to compete.
Okay, Mike.
Mike Malloy with the Orlando Sentinel. Zach, as you're standing there, 5-6 minutes go by with that replay review. What's going through your mind? I mean, did you know whether it was fair or foul, or was it just angsty standing there waiting around to get a ruling on that?
I wasn't sure if it was fair or foul. I thought it might have been. I actually took my eye off it to touch first base, about ran past it. But I didn't even know that was an opportunity that we had to take advantage of. But when they went in, the fans started cheering, and apparently it was fair. And, that's out of your control. You're just excited that it went your way.
You mean you didn't know there was a replay?
No, I wasn't sure, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Yeah, we never had that.
Let's go back to Ryan here. And then
Andrew, you never had more than a 1-run lead the whole game. Just tell me about how you kept your poise and stayed in the moment the whole way, and then your thoughts entering the ninth and closing that thing out.
Just, I'm a contact pitcher, and I really do trust my defense. I think I got Z, probably like 10 ground balls. I don't know. But, yeah, you just got to let your defense work in that situation and have a lot of trust in them and just get us into hit real quick, and it worked out for us.
Okay, John?
John Manuel, Baseball America. Forgive me if this is ignorant, Andrew. First off, when you say you pulled a curveball out of your back pocket, could you elaborate? And second of all, do you decide which angle, or is that called from the bench as well? Like, okay, this is a fastball, but this is a two-seamer from down below. Like, who determines which pitch angle you come from?
Yeah, Coach Thomas has a lot of trust in me to shake off him, but you know, we look at people's swings and where the ball's fouled off and how they look in the box, which determines on if I'm throwing fastball over the top or fastball over down low. But yeah, I've been throwing a cutter all year, and I've been playing around with the curveball in the bullpen just because it helps me stay on top of my cutter. So yeah, I had a 12-6 tonight. I don't know where it came from. Yeah, well, besides warm-ups between pitches.
I'm just glad he didn't have inter squads.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go up here to Teddy. Whoever he works for.
Teddy Cahill, Baseball America. Andrew, what was the plan of attack tonight? I mean, they have a lot of different types of hitters. I mean, what were you trying to do, with that lineup?
Get ahead early. They were kind of like LSU, ground ball hitting team, and like I said earlier, just let Z, let Pies, let Chadwick, let Woodall work, and field my position. We should be in a good shape at the end of the game.
Okay, Ryan, this will be our last question for the student athletes.
Tyler, when did you find out you were playing second? And just take me through making your first start there in however long, and how you adjusted and adapted.
We were walking to the bus after practice, or BP, and Coach Gilly called me over and asked me if I was good to go and if I knew everything, and told him yeah, and got to the field, and the name was on the lineup card. But it was awesome. Paez helped me out a lot. Coach Hill helped me out a lot. Kind of being ready for each pitch and where to move and everything. And Seth and Cam were talking to me a lot about different stuff. So, it was kind of a team effort there. They helped me out a lot with it, but I'm just glad I got the opportunity to do it, and hopefully we keep winning games.
Okay, guys, thank you. Thank you.
Happy Father's Day to Coach Gilmore, huh?
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Good job on the
Happy
playoff
Grandfather's
periods,
Day,
too.
We good?
Okay, let's have some questions for Coach Gilmore here. Mike, you're ready for one?
Coach, how many times have you had a starting pitcher just make up a pitch in the bullpen and then use it in a big game?
I mean, with him, I mean, it doesn't surprise me at all. We've had one or two guys pull something out of the hat over the years, but he had a great game tonight. I mean, he was very good, and he like I said, I've said all year long he's the best bullpen guy in the country, but he keeps proving me wrong that he's a legit starter. So, he's a unique young man to be able to change arm angles and command the baseball the way he does and do the things he does. We haven't had a whole lot of guys over our my career. We've had some true subby guys, but we haven't had guys be able to move from traditional slot down below and everywhere in between and throw multiple pitches. I mean, he's a unique guy.
Okay, Ryan?
How frustrated were you during that replay sequence, knowing that you would have had 2 runs if they had called it fair initially?
Well, I was the longer it went, the more I knew it had to be fair, and they were trying to figure out what to do, I mean, no one's trying to not make a correct call or whatever, but, if that call goes as a fair ball from the get-go, we easily score 2 runs. I mean, I'm not quite sure why, personally, and again, at least what I've been told, we can't, once a decision is made, I can't argue at all or I get tossed. And, I honestly really wanted to question why they only allowed one guy to score, because we easily score from first base on that play. So, but, I mean, thank goodness at least we have it, I mean, regular season, we don't have that at all. So it's a foul ball and we don't score.
We're still playing.
Yeah,
John?
absolutely.
Yeah, you should have, but other than that.
I'll blame Mike. John with Baseball America, Coach. You talked about almost everything you try to do backfired. Do you feel like in this park you have to try a little harder
Yeah.
to force the action?
It's I mean you look around and honestly, in what I think it was 13 and 14, we had to play in the Myrtle Beach Pelicans Park, and the wind blows in the spring like gale force wind right in your face. Basically, this same group of guys hit 13 home runs there in 2 years. So, and it's so frustrating. You see the outfielders creep in on you so much. I was surprised. I mean, we beat them over their head 3 or 4 times tonight, and but it is when you get guys on third base or you get guys at second that are non-runners. You start doing some things that you really sometimes wish you hadn't have done. It just there were a couple opportunities that I put stuff on that we didn't execute correctly. That part of that's a credit to University of Florida. I mean, I can put on bunts and doing this. I mean, these cats are out there throwing 90 to 95 miles an hour with good breaking stuff. It's not that easy, So it doesn't always work out the way you want it to. But we kept setting the table tonight. We simply just we didn't get that one hit to separate us all night long, and that's a credit to their team and who they are. And, we just very, very fortunate to come out on top and be happy to take this win.
Okay, Ryan again.
How did you finally settle on Chadwick at second, and how strenuous was that decision for you, and how pleased were you with the way he responded?
I won't say how I came upon it, but because I don't want to hurt another kid's feelings right this moment, but it was a decision I made after a couple of consultations and this and that, and there's nothing against Cam. I just thought that this group of guys has been together, and if we're going to lose, I'm going to probably lose with a senior at second base that he's one of the brothers. And to be honest with you, that's kind of what it came down to be honest, because it basically was somewhat to a certain degree the same talent level in some ways. I think Cam has more range left and right. Chadwick is a little bit better just in things that he can control and being around the ball and balls that are hit to him. And, basically the same play that happened at LSU happened to Chadwick, and, he had the presence to be nice and calm and make that play. And, that's the same ball we threw away in the ninth inning there at LSU. So, I think, I'm just happy for Chadwick. He's such a selfless gamer for this group of guys here, and for him to come in there and have a solid game, it made a world of difference for us.
Okay, Sean.
Sean Ryan, College Baseball Insider. Coach, you beat NC State, and you continue rolling on through LSU. And describe the confidence that the team has to be able to continue to take on ACC, SEC teams, knowing that you've built a huge program in the Southeast and competed with them for a long time, but now you're beating some of the best of the best.
Well, this group, I just keep telling them we're playing better people that are better than them. They keep proving me wrong. So, I keep telling them, honestly, the pitching staff at Florida, I'll be honest, I've been around college baseball a long time. If there's ever been a better collection of arms and pitchability guys than that group, my man alive, I'm telling you that, that's, they're very impressive, and I'm sure they're far from being done in this tournament. They're very good.
We have time for one more question if anybody wants to take it. And if not, thank you, Coach. We'll see you Tuesday night.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, Ryan, make sure, great day for Coastal. DJ wins.